There's a heavy silence building up among the billionaires, and it's not just because they're getting quieter. It's because something much deeper is unfolding behind the scenes. You might have noticed it too. The mega wealthy stepping back, retreating from the spotlight, holding tight to their stakes without shouting from the rooftops about every move. Why are they becoming silent, limited partners instead of leading the charge? What's driving this shift that almost feels like a secret rebellion against the very system that built their fortunes? It starts with something nobody talks about enough: exhaustion. Not just physical tiredness, but a deep, gnawing feeling that the old ways don't work anymore. The loud, aggressive plays, the fast flips, the endless chasing for more, those tactics don't carry the weight they used to. The noise drowns out true value. And billionaire investors, they feel it the hardest. They've been at the front lines of hype, bubbles, and crashes. They've seen the dazzling highs, but also the gut-wrenching lows. That's why many are choosing to step back into the shadows, into the role of silent, limited partners. They want to protect their stakes, sure, but more than that, they want control over what they let in, how things grow, and whether the future they're investing in is actually worthy. Imagine carrying a secret fire inside, knowing full well that most of the system is designed to chew you up and spit you out if you're not playing the exact game they expect. These billionaires get it. They're tired of the shows, the noise, the constant pressure to perform on someone else's stage. That's why silence becomes a shield. By being quiet, limited partners, they avoid unnecessary exposure, dodge public scrutiny, and most importantly, create space to think and act on their own terms. They're no longer trying to convince the world, but choosing their fights carefully, only leaning in where true change is possible. But here's where it gets really interesting. Being silent doesn't mean being powerless. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Limited partners hold real influence, the kind that's heavy and lasting. They provide the fuel and the wings to those bold founders who dare to challenge the system, who refuse to settle for comfortable mediocrity. Billionaires in this role are discovering that true power isn't about being loud or controlling every detail. It's about trusting visionaries who carry fire within. They're choosing to back the underdogs and disruptors directly, sparking new realities without chatter. And this shift solves a deep problem that no one often names: the trap of performative investing. When billionaires chase the spotlight, they're pulled into cycles of hype and herd mentality. They start betting on trends instead of truths, endorsements instead of experiments. The result? Shallow gains and expensive lessons. By stepping back and becoming silent, limited partners, they regain clarity. They write their own rulebook, one that favors patience, depth, and radical transformation over quick wins. This is how they break free from a system rigged to drain their fire and ideas. If you think about it, this trend reflects a bigger human journey too. It's about freeing yourself from constant validation. Billionaires feel it deeply, the weight of expectations from the world, from the media, from themselves. Staying silent means reclaiming sovereignty. It means becoming a force that doesn't need applause to move mountains. And there's a lesson here for anyone who's ever felt stuck in a cycle of proving worth instead of creating legacy. The silence is not absence. It is presence in its purest form. So, what does this mean for you, especially if you consider yourself part of that small circle who back the future by becoming limited partners? It means the game is changing. It means you have a unique opportunity to redefine what it actually means to invest, to build, to create impact. Stop chasing loud exits or quick flips that burn bright and fade fast. Instead, become ruthless about quality and grit. Look for founders who burn with purpose, who are ready to unlearn old rules and invent new realities. Don't just put in money, put in belief, patience, and toughness. Your role is not to be the loudest voice, but the strongest support. Look carefully at the projects you back. Ask yourself brutally, are we enabling transformation or just playing a comfortable game? Is this startup challenging norms or just tweaking them? Is this founder ready to question everything and break open their world? If the answer doesn't fill you with an undeniable hunger to be part of something bigger, something raw and real, then keep looking. The silent limited partners choose to align only with the few who burn as fiercely as they do. Now, here's the secret that most never talk about. The power of being a silent limited partner is almost invisible to the outside world, yet it's what moves mountains in the shadows. It's like being the rare wildfire that spreads quietly under the canopy, changing the ecosystem without flashy explosions. You influence strategy without micromanaging. You guide vision without dictating it. You give room for deep growth while steering clear of the noise that kills essence. And patience becomes a weapon here. In a world addicted to instant results, billionaires as silent limited partners embrace the long game. They know that true impact takes years, often decades. They're not racing against the clock, but dancing with it. This patience lets them see beyond temporary hype to the raw potential underneath. It lets them nurture startups that might look fragile now, but hold the seeds of the next big shift. Think about how rare this is in today's world, where superficial successes get all the headlines. This quiet approach speaks directly to those who feel the tension inside, the ones who sense they're meant for something more than playing small or following rules. To those who refuse to settle, who want their investment to mean more than just numbers on a screen, you owe it to yourself to embrace this way of investing. Deliberate, silent, powerful. Because in the end, liberation comes not from the spotlight, but from the space you carve out for real transformation. The billionaires turning silent, limited partners hold a truth most never admit. Being really powerful means sometimes saying nothing. It means standing firm in your sovereignty without noise. It means trusting the few, not the crowd. It means betting on becoming, not just winning. No one can force this path on you. It requires guts you might not have asked for. But if that restless fire inside you burns louder every day, the feeling that you were made to break boundaries and rewrite the rules, then you're already on the edge of this rebellion. You're part of a movement that doesn't seek permission but seizes power quietly, effectively, forever. So ask yourself, what kind of limited partner do you want to be? The one who chases headlines and applause? Or the one who builds legacies in silence, whose impact echoes far beyond what anyone else sees? The choice is yours. The fire is yours. The future waits for those who dare to become more, quietly but relentlessly. This is about more than money. It's about reclaiming freedom from a world that keeps selling illusions. It's about joining a select few who refuse to live borrowed lives, who break free from the comfort trap, and who are ready to change everything by first changing themselves. The silent limited partners hold the keys, not to noise or power games, but to real, lasting transformation. It's time to listen closely and step into that power, because the world needs fewer loud voices and more fierce, quiet fires willing to burn and remake it all from the edges.